This is Jonathan Aggie of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Abdul Khan, who's back out October 1st, announced last week in Nigeria. How you feeling, Abdul? How's life?
All good, man. Can't complain. Just deep into training right now. 5 weeks to go, and I'm really looking forward to being back out again.
So you've obviously known about this for a while, but it got announced last week. Yeah, it must be just great to be back out in Africa.
100%. Right now, obviously, we just focus on activity and staying busy, and showing what I'm practicing in the gym with my coach. So it's all looking good, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be fighting in Nigeria, another African country, as my last one was in Ghana. So it's a good experience, and just ticking off the box list.
How was it in Ghana? What was the experience like?
Ghana was mental, to say the least. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. Ticking the boxes and fighting in a very wild atmosphere. The whole week was crazy. From the minute we got there, the whole fight week. But it was very good. Can't complain.
Was it raining during your fight? Because I saw like some videos on social media of like some of the fights. It was raining and like just conditions like I guess people aren't used to.
It was raining about an hour before my fight, and there was puddles in the ring, which is,
Oh my God.
it's crazy to think about. As there was a fight just before mine, and we were watching the stream just to make sure, keeping up to date as what rounds are what, and there was just puddles all over the floor, and it was just kind of mad. But whatever the circumstances, we're ready to fight. If that meant, we have to fight in that circumstance, then so be it.
How did it affect you? Because like you're like a guy who's got good footwork. You're a boxer in terms of your style. Did that affect you at all? Like.
To be honest, the moment when I got into the ring, it was dried out, so it
Okay.
weren't too bad, to be fair. There was just a little bit of moment where, I kind of lost my feet a little bit, where, I slipped, didn't slip on my ass, but just slipped, a little sort of slip. But it was all right. Can't really complain. We just, even if there was puddles, so be it, man. You know, we in war right now. We can't cry about, puddles on the floor. It's just, let's just go in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously the guy you fought looked like he kind of wanted a way out at the end. What was going through your mind? It was kind of a bit of a bizarre moment.
Nothing much was going through my mind. I was just staying calm, and I was just taking every bit as it was coming. I weren't really thinking too far ahead. I was just taking everything as it comes. So whatever he was doing, I was just capitalize on it. So whenever he needed a break, because he wanted a way out, I was just all right, so let's see what he does now. Because if he comes back out, is he going to come back out swinging, or is he going to box? So my coach was just telling me what to do and what to focus on, and that's what my aim was. Just to do what, capitalize on what he's about to do and things like that.
And obviously for this fight, have you been told who you're fighting yet? Do you know who you're fighting?
Yeah, we've just sorted an opponent out as we speak, and he's another Nigerian guy, decent record, and I'm just going out there, whoever it is, I'm just gonna go out there and handle the business.
How do you think your cousin Amir's doing as a promoter?
He's doing what he's got to do. He's doing good. I want to say thank you to him for getting me on these cards too, and helping me stay busy, and giving me the opportunities. So can't complain, man.
Yeah, for sure. And after this fight, you get the win. Are you gonna hope to get out one more time, or do you think maybe it'll be sort of early next year? What are the plans?
My plan is to get out one more time after this fight, inshallah. So, I'm not too sure where and when, but that is the plan for sure.
Hmm. Just ask you about a couple of fights coming up. Obviously, 2 weeks. You've got Canelo and Crawford. Obviously, you've been in camp with Crawford before. Tell the fans what that was like sharing the ring with him.
Sharing the ring with him was, it's priceless. It's just amazing. can't really put into words. He's the best fighter in the planet, in my opinion. Um, he's just so disciplined and dedicated, and I feel like he will beat Canelo. I think he'll win on points, and I think he'll be a good shot out win. To be fair, and I feel like he's the best in this generation.
How many rounds did you do with him? Do you remember?
It was just 4 rounds, and he spars 4 minutes, so there were 4 minute rounds and 30-second rest.
Mm,
But yeah, it was a very good experience.
yeah. And at the time when you were sparring him, was he ever sparring like heavy guys or like what was he like? What did you learn from him in camp as well?
So with Crawford, like he spars anybody in the gym. So like it was straight after he beat Sean Potter, and then he just came straight back into the gym. Like he literally lives in the gym. So he was literally there, and then I think it was like I think they spar like 3 times a week over there. So obviously Amir was sparring, he was in camp.
Yeah.
So the days he was spar, I'd spar too. Whoever was in the gym around my weight. But then funny enough, like Crawford was there too, and he just jumps into the ring with anybody like he's not bothered about size or what. But with Crawford, what you gotta respect, like he works with everybody. He'll help you, he'll give you tips after the spar and a lot of things. So as I was getting my stuff on, he was getting his stuff on too. And then there was 2 rings in the gym, and I got into the ring, and then he jumped in the ring. I thought, oh yo, I'm sparring Crawford now. This is mad. And for like first phase for about a minute and a half, I was starstruck, of
Yeah.
sharing the ring with a guy who I like look up to and things. So it was crazy to say the least.
So you didn't even know you were gonna spar him, right?
No, it weren't even like, you're sparring
Yeah.
Crawford today. It weren't even that. It was he just got his stuff on. I think it's set days they have, today's sparring day. So he got his stuff on and he was literally in the ring and I'm like, this is mad. This is what like dreams are made of. And then we done a few rounds and then he carried on sparring. So there was another kid that came in the ring and then he done some work with him. I think he done like 12 rounds for fun that day. And he's already conditioned. And then after the spar, we spoke, and he's a really nice guy outside the ring too. Very down to earth, like a proper champion. So, can't really complain, man.
And when you're in the ring with him, like when you sort of got used to just being in the ring with him, what did you learn like the most? Like what did he do that impressed you?
So, like with Crawford, he knows what you're about to do, and he's always 2 steps ahead. So he knows what you're gonna do. So he'll just capitalize on that. He's like he mentally drains you, not physically. Physically, not too bad, but mentally he's out thinking you. But it weren't like he was in the sparring trying to knock me out. He was actually working with me. He
Mm.
was practicing what he's got. Well, to be fair, he was just playing. He was in his flow rhythm. He was in his flow state, if I'm honest with you. So yeah,
Do
even
you
that in its own, it was just crazy to see how good that guy is.
do you think how long do you think it'll take him to figure out Canelo?
Probably like a round or two. He's probably got it figured out right now. He proper studies his fighters. I think his team, he's got a really good team around him. So they probably know exactly what to do. They probably watched a lot of tape on Canelo, and I feel like he knows like basically like the Spence fight.
Do you think you said it'll go probably to a decision? Do you think it'll be like a wide, clear decision, or do you think he'll just about edge it?
I think he'll be like a 116, 112 type of thing.
That'd still be pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, I think it'll be like it'll be close on the cards, but I don't, it'll be close on the cards. Canelo is a legend.
Yeah.
You can't knock Canelo. But I
Mm.
just feel like Canelo's in the decline right now of his career. Like his last couple of performances, not really been like shut out performances like they used to be. But I feel like obviously he's got the size. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. And lastly, what do you think of this Tank Jake Paul? I don't know if it's an exhibition or a fight or whatever it is, but yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I was so shocked when I seen it. I was like, what? What on earth is going on here? But you can't knock Javante Davis. He's in the game to make money. He said it himself a few times clearly in the past. So so be it. If he wants to make money, he's got to make money, and you can't knock a man's hustle, can you?
Well, I know it's a quick turnaround, but maybe Abdul Khan on the card. Why not?
I'll be ready to fight whenever, man. You give
Yeah,
me a call. I only need 1 week notice, man.
yeah, why not? Abdul, good speaking to you again. It's been a while, so I appreciate your time. Tell everyone
Thank
where to
you.
follow you.
My Instagram is abdulkhan.1.
There you go, hit him up. October 1st, he's back out on the zone on the Glanton against Marcus Brown card. And yeah, onwards and upwards. And next year, fight as many times as possible. Do you have any goals particularly, or?
Next year, I want to hunt down some major titles, inshallah.
Yeah, well, you're building your record nicely. Is it 13 and 0 at the moment?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, won't be long before you're challenging for titles. Abdul, all the best for the rest of camp and best of luck October 1st.
Thank you very much, mate.